Johnny, now you've got your wings, what you going to do? Been and done it, don't you know? Made the vapour trails in the sky and watched the young men quickly, quickly die. Now the adrenaline's lost its pull and fear knits my brow. Gotta polish up this car of mine and make it fly, although it's got no wings. Gotta leave this place called Biggin Hill and drive to a city where the streets are paved with gold. Not with money, don't you know, but with pretty young things who've gone gaga for a chap who's got his wings. Oh, the nightingale sings in Berkeley Square is not where it's at. If you want to escape the memory of the rat-a-tat-tat and the burning this and the burning that, the Café de Paris is where it's at. Oh, see, the pretty young things are dancing beneath the glitter ball, and now they're all a-chanting, play louder, louder, to drown the siren's call. Oh, see the young men jumping to vibrate the very floor, to stop the building shaking as the bombs begin to fall. I was a young man jumping when it took my life away, exploded like a star shell, and many, many died that day. Johnny, now you've got your wings, what you going to do? Been and done it, don't you know? Made the vapour trails in the sky and watched the young men quickly, quickly die. Now you mock me for my rings. You know I cannot fly, so I'll be a ghostly presence in this place of fame till they remove the rubble and the music plays again. Then I'll pass right over to the other side, and I'll be a guardian angel so that I might earn my wings. I was prompted to write the emotive monologue that you have just heard, Johnny, Have You Got Your Wings?, by events that happened some 60 years ago. Although the tide of World War II was starting to turn in favour of the Allies, bombs were still falling on Westminster on almost a daily basis. Rationing made everyday life for those on the home front very hard. But despite the obvious threats, the West End of London was thriving, attracted Allied servicemen and civilians to let their hair down in cinemas, pubs, dance halls, and the area of Coventry Street was the centre of live entertainment, and located below ground level was the Café de Paris. It was the eat place, to be seen to dance and dine. On the 8th of March 1941, after an 8-week bombing break, the Blitz had returned to London. It was Saturday night at 21:30. The band was playing Oh Johnny, and the cabaret girls were waiting for their call, and the guests began twirling when the first bomb hit. 2 50-kilo high-explosive bombs hit the Café de Paris. The first bomb killed all the members in the gallery above the legendary Ken, Snake Hip Johnson. Ironically, Snake Hip Johnson had just heard the news that his band had landed a regular deal to perform in the Café de Paris and was running through the blackout from the Embassy Club to the Café de Paris to inform the other members of the band when the bomb hit. The second bomb landed on the restaurant's crowded dance floor, exploded on impact. There were 34 casualties and over 100 people injured. The wounded were removed by ambulance and taxis, but hard to identify because much of their clothing was burnt. Among the broken instruments, chairs, all that was found was the tinsel shoes and the fur wraps, compacts and cigarette cases, small trinkets left behind by loved ones. Standing by a simple grave, with a tear caught in a crinkled eye, to sniff the air and feel the ground lest it should shake. Distant memories of a little man who sent his Nazi planes with their strange sounding names, Donia, Hankel, and Junkers 88. Diskilligran de Bonda, with burning buildings and ground that quaked. From the ashes rose our plane. We gave the engines magicians' names. Reign of death from Merlin's power. This, they said, was their finest hour. Then up stood a man, not gifted with politicians' double speak, who said, never, never, never again. So run up your flags, play the last post. Remember the dead and the maim left behind. For the now generation travels in planes of unheard of sophistication to far-flung places of holiday destinations. We gave our planes proud city names: Halifax, Stirling, Lancaster, to name just a few. With burning wings and fluttering tailplanes, they fell on proud cities without remorse: Hamburg, Berlin, and Schweinfeld, and back again. The shrunken corpses were just a token of B-29's incinerating wave that lit up the sky of the rising sun. An atomic explosion, not a hydrogen bomb, the chain reaction of a neutron song, ended the evil that man begun. Remember the words of that man, not gifted with politicians' double speak: never, never, never again. Peace is with us, but the price was high. Tens of thousands of men but boys shot out of the sky. We are the lucky ones. Yes, the really, really lucky ones. For left is right and right is wrong. It's in the dark and the siren's gone. Mum pulls this way to our sheltering hole, for she's always right, and Granddad said that, and pulls me left. And Mum comes grumbling on and on. There's too much noise and brilliant flashes. Houses burn, reduced to ashes. Biblical stories from Sunday school of Lot's wife turned to stone. It could have been a train that left the rails as the rushing wind blew us down. And through the gaze we all sat up with hard-to-focused eyes. We could not see the crater that was deep or dark, nor the faces that cannot scream, nor cross ourselves and say a prayer. For Mum was right, and to the right we should have gone, and to all those we no longer meet in our daily toils, and desks now empty, and corridors less noisy from all the missing feet. It was just one night and the blitz raged on. I cannot remember, it was too long ago. And the story was passed down by so-and-so. It's just not me. There really are many, many really, really lucky ones. I walk tall, with pride in my step, but he's getting at me with his cry for small change. I avert my gaze to his ashen looks, but he trades on the visions of the history books. And what about those of forgotten wars, whose medals now clink in pawnbrokers' drawers? There he sits, with the ghosts around his mortal form, with hands and legs, not mutilated by war. His lungs breathe nicotine, not poisonous gas. With focused eyes, he pleads for cash. Land fit for heroes, the politicians cried. With broken hips and shattered limbs, they came back from the trenches singing socialist hymns. Pride in their heart for a job well done, willpower alone drives a stump of an arm. Shot away fingers hold razor-sharp knives. The boots that they make bring tears to your eyes. His begging days are over. A mother's lost a son, fallen in a politician's no man's land of indecision between hard and soft. No poppies red for youth now lost, nor shallow grave or wooden cross. If there is memoriam, let his like be cast in bronze, and the epitaph writ upon the slab should surely read, beggars to the middle class. So, what is new in 1066? The wind still howls over barren land, and the sun still hides its blistered hand. And what about mine and yours at this festive time? The goat's milk stale and the honey's no good to make the mead, and there's no future crops, for we've eaten the seed. So, old soothsayer, what can you see? Will future generations suffer like you and me? O miserable one, the die is cast for all to see, that serfs and peasants will remain till the evil one sets us free from rancid meat and coughed up blood of a future plague they'll call TB, from thunderous roar of horse-drawn log to bulbous cake carried aloft in a silver bird, with blinding flash of Pandora's box. A war is ended and no one lost, apart from the souls of 50 million who gave up their lives for a quantum leap in consumerism.
The voice in your head is screaming, break right for all your life, as you pull the stick into you and kick the rudder bar, as the plane rolls right over and the tracer passes by. The voice in your head was screaming, was I, your guardian angel in the sky. When this bloody war is over and so many souls march by, they'll ask a simple question, why so many had to die? Is it man's destiny to kill his fellow man, aided by the gods of war, lest his numbers should swamp the land?